Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared with selfliquid.com. So another big update in the market. This kind of follows the huge day up on Friday, where I think the Nasdaq was up as much as like 4.5%. And honestly, I don't think we've seen the end of it just yet. Now, tomorrow, what I'm looking at is a possible reversal setup kind of day. So let's start with just a look at that. So if you take a look here at the Nasdaq, the market just closed about a minute ago, and we've got a lot of overhead resistance coming up here. So you can see, let me grab my drawing tool really quick. So you can see we've got a 50% retracement of this move here, and then a move, or basically 100% extension from here to here, which plots this level here. And then from this high back at 7,700 to the low here, we've got this 382 level. And last but not least, the 34 EMA is what this white level is here, and I look at that sort of as the mean, and that's where we're basically just about to butt up to, which I'm expecting tomorrow. So, once again, I have no idea what's going to happen, but this is kind of what I'm expecting, is a move up into this zone here. We could chop around for a day or so, but ultimately I think it's just setting us up for a move lower. And really my opinion on this is just derived from the weekly and the monthly chart. So if we look at the Nasdaq once again from a weekly, on a weekly we were pretty, oversold, and we were really in need of a bounce. But at this point, I think, this is a pretty big area to where if it closes below these, so call it 6,600, I definitely think that there's more selling ahead. Now, if we look at the monthly chart, you can see that last month we did touch the 34 EMA and had a nice move off of this, but we've had such a long bullish run, so here's the 2008 crash, and this is the run up from that. So if we just run some support, so from the low here to the high, there's still a long ways to go before we've even got to the 382 of that low to high. Now, will we get there? Maybe not. But I just don't think that we've seen the end of the selling. And tomorrow seems like a really good day to set up a reversal. So, the Nasdaq was what led the market higher and has sort of led the way lower. And, I think tomorrow's going to be a big day. Now, if we're talking about just individual stocks to potentially get short, the two that I'm looking at right now are Facebook and Netflix. Really for the same reason, is just both of these stocks, in my opinion, there's just not a lot to love about them in the longer term. Now, if you're a fund manager or just, a bigger player in the market, why do you want to get long either one of these companies right now? The whole market is seeing the longest economic expansion in history. We basically had 10 years of a bull market. Some people argue that a couple years back because of all the chop, that the bull market is still rather new. Look at this thing from a monthly. This thing was pretty much bullish since 2009. So if we just look at it from this perspective, it could go a lot lower. So, 120 I think will come into play, and then eventually 100 for Facebook. So if you look here, we've got a squeeze. So this signal is basically just showing you what I look at it for is, when big moves are coming. So when you get these red dots, it means that you've got a kind of compression of price. And when a green dot, you've got the release of energy, which generally results in a bigger move. So that just fired last month. And like I said, I'm expecting a continuation lower in Facebook over the longer term. Now, tomorrow is really kind of, I think, key, or at least tomorrow and the next day, is if we do get tomorrow a big up day in the NASDAQ and we close above some of those levels we were looking at, we could be off to the races. I mean, we could see a move as high as, say, 68, 68.50 in the NASDAQ before my kind of short play comes back into the picture. So that's really what I'll be looking at for tomorrow is definitely strength early on, but be very careful if you're, just now getting long, where I think this is a good place for a reversal. And really, I mean, that's how I look at the market is where can they deliver the most pain? If people are now pouring in long, well, it just, it's a great opportunity to rip this thing short. So anyway, that's what I've got for today, guys. I don't really have any positions on. I'm flat at the moment, but tomorrow, depending on how the Nasdaq acts, I will be looking to get short Facebook and Netflix. So anyway, if you find this helpful, please like the video, subscribe, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.